Let me tell you something right now. The reason you're not profitable isn't your strategy, it isn't your indicators, it isn't market manipulation. Bottom line is, it is the mental aspect of the game which you have yet to figure out. Going into my 7th year of trading, blowing tens of thousands of pounds across multiple accounts to making it back with interest in just a 2-year period, I've realized the exact psychological framework necessary to take you from a loser to a winner. Today, I'm going to give you the entire blueprint. Not theory, not fluff. I'm going to give you the exact mental model that transformed my trading and the traders that I've mentored. Here's what's crazy. Most people spend thousands on courses teaching them setups and entries when the real edge in trading has nothing to do with technical analysis. I'm going to be brutally honest. Most trading education is backwards. They're teaching you what to trade instead of teaching you how to trade. The truth? Your trading strategy is only 20% of your actual success. The other 80% is your psychology towards how you approach the game, and that is what nobody is addressing properly. When I first started trading, I was making every psychological mistake in the book. FOMOing into trades, revenge trading, moving my stop loss too early, averaging into losing trades, cutting my winners too early. Does this sound familiar? I blew account after account until I finally realized something. Trading isn't about predicting the market, it's about managing yourself. Let me ask you something. How many times have you known what to do but still did the opposite? How many times have you broken your own rules? That's not a strategy problem, that is a psychological problem. Let's face it, the market exists to push your emotional buttons. It's perfectly engineered to activate your fear, greed and revenge instincts at exactly the wrong moments. But once you understand this, you can flip the entire game. Trading transforms once you realize you cannot forecast the price, but you can anticipate behavior. Suddenly, the same markets that was crushing your account before becomes remarkably predictable. What I'm about to share with you isn't another mindset video. This is the exact psychological framework that made me go from consistent losses to churning a profit for the last 3 years now. Let me break down the 7 psychological principles that will completely transform your trading. The first is the identity shift. Struggling traders have the wrong identity. They're focused on extracting money from the market. That is the mindset which kills your account. Everything changed once I realized what I provide to the markets. At the end of the day, your role as a trader is offering liquidity. We are small fish in this ocean. We are never going to dominate this game. You have to understand this. Most of the small fish get caught up in thinking that they are dominating the game and become emotionally unstable in the process. Ego kicks in and it only goes downhill from there. When you're trading with your ego and things don't go in your favor, you forget what it is that you're providing to the markets and your ability to think rationally is lost. Now, I buy during times when people are panicking because the market is dropping, and I also sell when the market is pumping and people are in a euphoric state. I'm not calling tops and bottoms, I'm banking on human psychology. This perspective takes you from desperate gambler to professional risk taker. You're not taken from the market. You know what your role is and you're getting paid for providing your service. Second principle, the method matters more than the result. Now, I did something that most traders would call crazy for 6 full months. I didn't once look at my profit and loss. Instead, I focused only on one metric. Did I follow my trading plan? See, when you only track your P&L, it papers over the cracks. When you haven't journaled what method you used to make the profit, what is the likelihood that you'll be able to replicate that result again and again? Furthermore, what is your system? Making money whilst breaking your rules isn't a success, and it's actually more dangerous than a discipline loss because you're reinforcing the wrong behavior. I celebrate perfect planned execution even on losing trades. Breaking my rules and profiting? Sure, you're going to get that dopamine hit short term, but what about when you go to activate that bad habit again and it results in a loss? Who's to blame? That will be you. You have to crave disciplined execution instead of random wins. Correct the bad habits and watch the undeniable transformation in your results. The third principle, the statistical mindset. If you're emotionally invested in individual trades, you've already lost. This isn't a hunch, this is a mathematical certainty. Professional traders think in expected value across hundreds of trades. They know that any single trade means nothing. Think of it like owning a casino. You don't care if someone wins one hand of blackjack. You know over thousands of hands, the house edge guarantees profit. Stop celebrating wins, stop mourning losses. Start thinking about probabilities over large sample sizes. This eliminates the emotional roller coaster destroying your account. The fourth principle, emotional regulation. I installed what I call emotional regulation, and this saved me over 6 figures in potential losses. Do not dig yourself into a trading hole that requires massive mental and financial recovery. The psychological damage from overtrading can haunt you for weeks. Instead, establish firm rules. After hitting your loss limit for the day, step away completely. The market will be there tomorrow. Protect your capital and your mindset by knowing when to walk away. Knowing when to step away from the charts is a skill in itself. You shouldn't have thoughts like, but this setup is perfect, especially after you've already overtraded and hit your loss limit for the day. Regulating your emotions in this way prevents one of the biggest account destroyers in the industry, which is overtrading. The fifth principle is the 2% rule. Let's talk numbers. Just 2% daily compounded over a year will more than triple your starting capital. And here's the truth. Chasing 2% daily is way more achievable than chasing those flashy 20% days, which will eventually blow your account. The 2% rule removed all pressure to force trades or over leverage on positions. Trading became a methodical process rather than an emotional roller coaster. Rule number 6. Trading is your job, not your identity. Trading should have zero impact on your identity, your mood, or your relationships, period. Think of the work dynamic. Who you are in your workspace is not who you are outside, and you should never let anything that happened on a day affect your personal life. Part of growing as a trader is the ability to separate trading from the rest of your life. That shows discipline. The market doesn't care about your feelings, your bills, or your goals. Keeping your emotions separate from trading protects your account and your mental health. The seventh and final principle, which is the most critical, is deliberate practice. Most traders do this completely backwards. They replay their wins and ignore their losses. I do the exact opposite. I meticulously review every loss that I take to understand the psychological state I was in when I made the decision and to make sure it actually conforms with what my trading plan is. Was I trading out of boredom? Did I FOMO at any point? Was I revenge trading? Was I low on energy? Was I high off of emotion? By tracking these triggers alongside the technical aspects of each trade, I've built a complete map of my psychological weaknesses and installed systems to protect me against them. Let me be clear, implementing these principles was not an overnight transformation. It took me 18 months of consistent practice before they became second nature. But the results are undeniable. My trading went from chaotic to easy reads. My approach became simple. I no longer needed to overthink about each trade that I was placing in the market. Here's the most important thing I can tell you today. Most traders fail because they haven't covered all bases of what is required to become profitable, with the mind being the biggest hurdle. Take a step back and ask yourself, have you worked on the holes in your approach to this game wholeheartedly? If you haven't, why would you suddenly expect miracle work to happen? If you want to transform your trading, stop solely focusing on your strategy and start developing your psychological edge. That is where the real money is made. If this hit you like a ton of bricks, smash the like button for me and comment psychology first below. If you're serious about transforming your trading psychology, I've created a trading psychology mastery system to help you implement these principles step by step. Link is in the description. The key to becoming profitable is fixing your mind. I'll see you on the next one. Thank you for watching the latest episode. If you like that, please like and subscribe to my YouTube channel for more content. I'll see you on the next video.